Okay, Emily, don't stress about this. These are hard at first, but then once you get the hang of it, you're not going to think they're hard. So practice is what you'll need to do. And so you can watch this video over and over if you need to help you understand. All right, we're going to do this by solving by elimination. Elimination means that we want to make something totally go away, like all the x's to go away, or maybe the y's to go away. We can do that if we have something like this, 2x and a negative 2x. Notice that I have a positive and a negative of the same number, and when I add them, they become 0. Or I can have a negative 5y and a 5y, and they're the opposite of each other, and so when I add these, they will cancel out. All right? Sometimes you can pick either the y's or the x's to cancel out. You can do that with this one. You could choose either the x to cancel or the y to cancel. Let's do the x's because you have a choice in this one. Notice that I have a positive 2, and then if I made that a negative 2, then they would cancel. But you can't just go around adding negative 2's wherever you want. So this is how we do it to make sure that we can get a negative 2 there. We multiply the whole thing by a negative 2. We do that by the distributive property, so that means I come in here and I multiply that by a negative 2. I'm going to write it underneath, negative 2x. This will become a negative 2 times y, which is negative 2y. And then this negative 2 times 2 becomes negative 4. I'm actually going to get rid of this stuff here so that we don't have a bunch of stuff in there to see it, okay? So that equation that you had before turned into this one. Remember, it was x plus y equals 2, all right? And it turned into this one down here. Now we can do the elimination because these will cancel. I'm going to change colors now just so it'd be easier. When we do these two, I'm going to get a 0. They totally go away. When I do these two, I have a 7y and a negative 2y make 5y. And a 9 minus 4 is 5. This looks like something that you're familiar with. We're going to divide by 5 and divide by 5, and our y value will be 1. Your goal is to find a y equals and an x equals. So we are not done yet because we haven't found the y value. Excuse me, the x value. So we're going to plug that 1 in for y and find the x. You can do that in any equation. You can do it in this equation, or this equation. Okay? Let's put it in this one because there's no numbers in front of those variables. It would be really nice, okay? So we're going to do x plus y equals 2. Remember, y is 1. We're going to subtract 1 from both sides. And x equals 2 minus 1 is 1. I am pretty sure that your teacher is going to want you to give these in an ordered pair. So I'm going to make this a little smaller here because I can do that here. Too much stuff here. So our answer is going to be an ordered pair. X comes first, 1, and y comes next, 1. That is how we do it with elimination. Your goal is to make it so that 1 is a positive and 1 is a negative so that they'll cancel. Let's do the next problem. All right, so this one now is a little different because now I don't have a number all by itself like I had before. I have a number on both of them, okay? And I also have, which is called the coefficient, by the way, coefficient in front of each of those. But if I were to multiply this by 5, it would become a negative 10 and would cancel out there. Or if I multiplied this by 3, it would become 9, and it would cancel out with that negative 9. And so you have a choice right now. You could multiply this equation here by a 5 or by a 3. And then the y's or the x's will cancel. So last time I canceled out the x's, so this time I'm going to cancel out the y's so you can see that it will work both ways. Okay? So let me give myself some more room here. Here we go. Let's multiply this one by 3. I'm going to bring that one down, okay? So because I just need it to go below down here. All right, when I multiply this by 3, I get a negative 6x. When I multiply this by 3, I get a positive 9y. When I multiply this by 3, I get 30. Now, I want you to notice that I have a negative 9 and a positive 9, so those will cancel out. I can add these now. 10x and 6x is 4x. And 46 plus 30 is 76. All right, we're going to divide by 4 and divide by 4. And x, put that in your calculator if you don't know. I didn't memorize what 76 divided by 4 is. I had to put it in my calculator. And I got 19, okay? X equals 19. Now, remember that we have to have an x and a y. So I am not quite done, but I'm more than half because it's not going to take as much time. I'm going to reduce some of this so I can have more room here. You have 3 different equations. This one, or this one. You can plug in that x for to find out your answer. I like the one with the smallest coefficients, or the numbers in front to be the smallest. And this one here, as negative 2x plus 3y equals 10, oh, terrible handwriting, is much better. It's smaller. It's just easier. I always want to do what's easy, and I know that's probably what you want to do too. So let's plug in a 19 right there for the x. All right? We're going to go negative 2 times 19 plus 3y equals 10. Get your calculator out, put in what 2 times 19 is, and that's going to be negative 38 plus 3y equals 10. Okay? We're going to move that to the other side. I'm running out of room again. Good thing you have a pencil and paper and it just keeps going down. Mine doesn't. I'm going to add 38 to both sides. I have 3y equals 48 because I did that right there. 10 and 38. Now I'm going to divide by 3 and divide by 3. I won't know this. I have to put it in my calculator. And it's going to be y equals 16. Okay? So over here, instead of that number there, I'm going to have a 16. In my ordered pair, I always put x first, 19, 16. I hope this has helped. Have a good evening.